Well, hello and welcome back to another O2GT video. Pre-season ended last week. Here we are after our first game against Newcastle. Rather be forgotten, to be honest, but we move, you know. So we're going to cover signings, the games, and then any other info that came up during the pre-season. So we're going to start with signings, as I feel that is the most exciting part of pre-season, bringing in some new talent to really bolster the team for the challenge up ahead. As we had 5 loan players on our team, it was very important for us to strengthen the squad because we wouldn't be getting many of those back, if any. Now the transfer window is open, so we could still see some of those players return, but for the moment they're not coming. So at the time of film we've only brought in 12 new players. I say only because there are a few more on the horizon, but they are in order of signing: Taiwo Awoniyi, a Brennan Johnson contract extension, Dean Henderson, Julian Bianconi, maybe? Musa Niakate, Omar Richards, Nico Williams, Wayne Hennessy, Brandon Aguilera, who we loaned back to Guana Casteca, Harry Toffolo, Lewis O'Brien, Jesse Lingard, and Aurel Mangala. A lot of decent players coming from Liga and the Bundesliga, as well as a player from South America who we sent back to South America just to get his experience up. And Jesse Lingard, the big marquee signing, so to speak, of the window. Let's go. He looked decent in the Newcastle game, so as the team get to know each other more, I'm sure he'll look a lot better, as will the rest of the side. So yeah, it was a huge amount of signings in the window because we needed to. As I'm sure you know now, many of our important promotion players were loanees, and the shifts they put in will not be forgotten. It's a shame we couldn't bring them back into the fold, but their parent clubs had other ideas. So it was necessary for us to bring in a lot of signings to make the squad Prem ready, or as ready for the Premier League as they could be. As unlikely as it is, I'd love to see Davies and Garner back, but they're not looking likely at the moment, although, as I said, Forest's business isn't done, and we have been recently relinked to Garner, as he looked quite unhappy on the bench in their match against Brighton. I do feel like we could do with an extra 2 or 3 signings to make this squad ready, but the boys also need time to gel and to get up to speed with the Premier League. As it's been said, we haven't been in the Premier League for 2 decades, so we have no idea what the pace of the game was like in there. Fulham and Bournemouth, they've been up more recently than us, so they were better prepared. So we just, get a couple of weeks, get the boys up to speed, and we'll be all good. It showed against Newcastle that we were not prepared for the Premier League. But I'm not worried. We'll get up to speed, and we'll stay up. I'm sure of it. So let's move on to the games now. This was, some ups and downs in pre-season, and they don't really matter. For example, look at Man United. They beat Liverpool. They put in great shifts against the other teams they faced, and then they lost to Brighton at home. So they didn't score a single goal. It was a Brighton own goal that managed to save them a goal. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's just focus on our pre-season, eh? Coventry, we lost 3-1. Disappointing, of course. You always want to win a game, pre-season or not. But we'd only been in training for about a week before that match, whereas Coventry had started pre-season earlier than us. So, it was a decent game, and it was useful to get minutes in the tank for the boys. We actually saw Bianconi's first goal for Forest in this match. Burton, we won 1-0. Calm game, head from Cookie was all we needed. Up the doggy daycare Reds. Barnsley, first game in this beautiful kit. Look at it. Got the Premier League patch. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice day for a ball draw as well. Neither team really did much, but we did have some great chances in that second half. Kind of showed where we needed some reinforcements. Hertha Berlin. This was the first pre-season game I could attend, and it was a really nice one to watch. We literally announced and played Toffolo on the same day, and we looked good. I was a big fan of how he played. Nico Williams especially, putting in some very nice crosses, and Lyle Taylor put in a massive shift to stake his claim to the Ballon d'Or. Very fun times in Burton. Union Berlin, unfortunately we lost this game 1-0. Yeah, the other Berlin team. They're doing better than Hertha are, so fair play to them. It wasn't a great game for us, but it did show where we needed further reinforcements. Awoniyi wasn't great against his old club, but did receive a hero's welcome, and there was still some good minutes in the tank for the boys. Notts County, 2-2 draw. Now I was here as well. Nowhere was I missing the Nottingham derby. And despite the result, it was a really good game. They really gave us a good game. So big up Notts County. Beautiful goals from Super Sammy Surge and a Cafu free kick top bins like I told him to. Kate played well too. Fun game despite the result, and despite Yates being injured again. But very useful minutes. And Valencia, our final pre-season match was against top half La Liga boys. We drew it 1-1. I was there, and we got to see Jay Ling's in action, his debut for Forest. I only managed the second half as I was watching Portsmouth versus Sheffield Wednesday. But from what I saw, we looked decent, made some good plays, made some good moves as well in the final 10 or so minutes. The Awoniyi-Johnson link-up coming good. Decent way to end the pre-season. I'm not complaining with the draw against Valencia. Overall, as I said, the games were decent for putting minutes into the tank for our squad. And yeah, it's good to see how all the players were slowly gelling together and how they'd each fit into the squad. So that was nice to see. And finally, the other stuff I mentioned in the intro. Now, this stuff could be considered more important than the actual games and the signings, because Steve Cooper agreed to a contract extension in principle. He hasn't signed it yet, but he has agreed to a contract in principle. So there's a good chance he'll sign the contract when he's ready. Also, very huge for the club, the City Ground extension plan got approved. So after a couple of years it was first proposed, the council have accepted our plans to expand the Peter Taylor stand to seat more people, because we need more seats. We're a bigger club. Every home game is going to be a sellout this season, so we could do some extra seats to get more fans into the stadium. You know, that's what it's all about. It'll take a couple of years to complete, but the ground is in dire need of an upgrade. Also needs a Scran upgrade. Come on, boys. Get us some better Scran, please. If it looks anything like these renders, it's going to be a banger. It'll look like a proper modern stadium. I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it gets all across the line. But it'll take a while to get built, of course. So our preseason was very interesting, with a crazy transfer window from us that hasn't even stopped yet. It was by no doubt good for us to have a full preseason under Steve Cooper, and whether the results showed or not, it would have allowed him to properly mould the squad in his image, and to get to a play style that he wants to promote. So he's brought in signings that him and the recruitment team wanted. Brilliant signings, by the way. The recruitment team are doing top-notch work. But, of course, with so many players, the team will need time to gel together, and results in the Prem may not reflect where we want to be. We could lose the first couple of games, and honestly, if we do, you have to say it's sort of expected, because the squad are very unfamiliar with each other. They haven't had the longest time to get together. You know, we haven't played in the Prem in years. We do need some Prem experience in the squad, I feel. But with all that said, I'm looking forward to see what this team can do. I'm confident we'll stay up come the end of the season. You know, Fulham and Bournemouth started off well, but also say that form will continue throughout the entire Premier League. We don't know. I've been O2GT. This has been my Forest pre-season review. Overall, it was a very good pre-season, in my opinion. Results don't matter. It's just about getting minutes in the tank for the players, and that's what we did. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this team can go. Hope you have enjoyed. The next video will probably be Prem predictions for Game Week 2, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.